So, Crystal Palace 0, Arsenal 1. We got out of jail again. 2 games, 6 points, 2 wins in a row. Penalty settings. On another day, it might not have been given by VAR. VAR then couldn't intercept with the referee's second yellow for Tomiyasu, which was just farcical. Yeah. And then Kai Havertz is like this with Ayew, didn't even get booked 40 seconds later. Like, it can make sense. And then on another day, Eze gets a penalty. Odson Edouard heads a free header in on another day. Weren't pretty, was it, Jez? But we dug in. We showed some grit and determination. It's not an easy game. Listen, they're not a great team, Palace, but under the lights, London derby away, it's not easy. And Roy Hodgson is a wily old fox, but we got out of there with 3 points. What did you make of that, mate?
Well, I have to say, I was not at all impressed with the starting 11. I mean, I just don't get it. I don't understand the tinkering. Last season, right, with those players, apart from Havertz, yeah, we had a great setup. And we were winning. And we were winning well. We were scoring a lot of goals, right? I don't understand all this bullshit now, Lee. Why are you playing our best midfielder in my book? Partey at right back. I just don't get it. When you've got Ben White, I just don't understand any of this nonsense. Havertz has been shoehorned into the team for whatever bloody reason. Okay, you know, my favourite saying, one of my favourite sayings is, sometimes you win ugly, and we did today. We got away with it. We go, I agree. Going to Selhurst Park on a sunny Sunday or Saturday afternoon is always difficult. On a Monday night under the lights is even worse because their crowd are relentless, but it is what it is. I just don't like what's happening here, Lee. I really don't. I think we're gonna get caught out. I think Arteta's arrogance is back again, and I'm sorry, Lee. I'm gonna have to say it. He's back to prick settings for me.
Mate, he's dying. Like, my fan cam title was he's dying on that Kai Havertz hill. Yeah, and for 2 games straight, like everything we did that was great for 7-8 months out of 10 last season.
Yeah,
he's gone well away from that to incorporate Kai Havertz. Thomas Partey at right back. Listen, he played all right tonight. Yeah, we don't want to see Eddie up front, and he missed 2 good chances, but ultimately the overall, when it come to player ratings after, I actually thought he weren't bad. Yeah, Declan Rice was all right. But ultimately, you're playing players out of position. You're playing players all over the gaff. Players that shouldn't be on the pitch are staying on for 97 minutes. Players that should stay on are getting subbed. It's a mess, isn't it, mate? And eventually, you can't keep faking it. You can't keep faking it until eventually it comes back to bite you up the backside. Yeah, and we've got away with 2 in a row, mate. Another 5 minutes against Forest, that goes 2-2. Yeah. Tonight, on another, yes, it weren't a second yellow. Yeah, and it's ridiculous VAR can't override that. That's pathetic. It was never a second yellow. Weren't even a free kick. But on another day, it ain't a penalty because Thomas Partey gets done for the infringement. On another day, Eze gets the penalty. Yeah, we can't keep relying on refereeing and VAR decisions. We have to be better. And eventually, you come unstuck in it.
Well, look, I'm going to go ahead of the team here. All right. If he does this nonsensical setup in the Champions League, we are done. We won't even get out the group. Fact. And once we start to play the big boys, right? I mean, I'm not saying Tottenham are one of the big boys, but we always know Arsenal, Tottenham, and we've got them in a not too distant future, right? They're going to be all over that. And as you said, playing Everton, Arsenal don't have a great record away at Everton. And we could get piped there. in a couple of weeks, we've got Man United. I think we will beat them. It'll be a tight game. But I just don't like this tinkering again. Why do it when you had a start? You had a winning setup. Why change it? Right, you might want to change a little bit of the tactics, but he hasn't, because all he's got is Plan A, and that's it. And now his Plan A is to mess players around by putting them in different players in positions. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, Lee. He's just not good enough, and he's gonna cut his own throat. He's gonna fall on the sword, and I honestly will say to you
He's
now,
too stubborn.
He'll be gone. He's arrogant. He's arrogant prick, and by Christmas, mate, he'll be gone.
I don't disagree necessarily, yeah. And the thing is, we've seen this last season. Listen, we were fantastic for 7-8 months out of 10 last season, but ultimately, his deficiencies came to the surface. Yeah, there were certain games last season. Listen, we were still top, we were still winning games, we were still looking great, and then Saliba gets injured and blah blah blah. But if Saliba gets injured now, well, Gabriel's sat on the bench. Yeah, there's talk of Saudi and all that. Listen, I hope he goes to Saudi. Yeah, good luck to him if he goes Saudi. 26, 27 years old. You don't owe us anything.
No.
Yeah, go Saudi. Kieran Tierney, not in the squad again tonight. Trossard sat on the bench again tonight. Martinelli getting hooked tonight before Havertz. Yeah. Eddie's starting in front of him. There's a lot of decisions that this manager is making that you think, well, hang on, this is going well away from what you did that was so good about Arsenal last season. Yeah. And let's not forget, it took him 6 months of benching Martinelli before Martinelli saved his job, right, by putting him in the team and scoring goals against Leeds and other teams, yeah, right? But for me, I look at it and I just go, you're trying to incorporate this one guy that is our third biggest signing in our history into this team, and that is to the detriment of this team. Yeah, when you look at Wenger was a stubborn old man, right? Very, very stubborn, right? But Wenger would make the right subs, even though they might be a little bit too late, but he'd played mostly the best starting 11. This guy is trying to do mental gymnastics. He's trying to be Pep. You're never going to be Pep, bro. Be you. Yeah? Declan Rice is not a one-man midfield. We've seen that with Man United with Casemiro. You got Odegaard and Havertz. Any competent three in midfield are running through that three. We've seen that with Man United. And Casemiro is better than any of our midfielders, right? You're playing Thomas Partey, who is arguably one of the best DMs in the world. You're playing him at right back. And yes, he had a great game tonight. But, I mean, come on, Jez. We've said this before, time and time again. We said it on the podcast. We all know our best 11. Why is this guy trying to go away from what made us in a title challenge for 8 months last season? Why is he doing this? He contemplated quitting. So does that mean that he's now, I decided I can be the guy, but now he's overthinking stuff? Because for me, he's way overthinking it, mate. Just go back to basics. You say it with a player. Stop overthinking it. Play to your strengths. Same with the manager. Listen, we both want him to be good. But for me, and I want to ask you, and the chat can play along, for me, he's overthinking it and he's going way away from what made us do what we did last season.
Yeah, he's trying to be too technical. Football is a very simple game. You play your best 11 and you play your best 11 in the right places. Yeah, we know Thomas Partey is not great at right back. Okay, he got away with it tonight. Fair play. Well done. Respect. Up against the bigger teams, that ain't going to work. That is just not going to work. When we first signed Ben White, he played him centre back. He was crap. When he put him right back, he was a class player. Why change things? You don't need to fix things when they ain't broke. The whole problem, Lee, is, as you've just said, he's playing Havertz because he has to play Havertz. I will give Havertz 5 games. And if he's shit after 5 games, bin him. Because that's what he did last year with Nketiah. Eventually, he realised Nketiah was not good enough and binned him off.
And then put Trossard up front.
Yeah.
And then Trossard smashed it, and now he's binned him.
Yes. Where
makes sense.
Logic? Where is the logic? Come on, man, Arteta.
It's crazy.
We know you watch us, so listen to what we're telling you. Just play your first 11 in the positions they deserve to play. Bring Tierney back to left back. Best left back, in my opinion, in the Premier League, and you don't play him. Ridiculous, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right, listen, we are going to wrap it up there, people. Make sure you sub to Jez's channel, Arsenal History and More. We're going to go and do player ratings right now. So make sure you are subbing to me, subbing to Jez. Lee reacts as well. Check out the fan cams on the channel. Brandon, me, Kenny, and now Jez. And yeah, we're out of here. Roll on Fulham. Adios.
Take care.